got a text from my youngest Bernard, Fred.
Yeah.
Who's a part of
Freddie's interesting.
Oh, no, mate. He's part of the Sandy Dragons setup, and they had their testing today.
Yep.
And all I got one line. Beat Andy's yo-yo.
Oh, I got
That's
him.
all he cares about.
He just wants to beat him.
Doesn't worry about how many kicks he gets or touches or anything. He just said, whatever Andrew Brayshaw said as a yo-yo, I beat.
Finding the pill's pretty important
I
too.
would have thought it's got a bit to do with football, but
The yo-yo, Jim, just for those who aren't familiar with it, being the
it's
shuttle,
the shuttle run. Yeah.
Terrible.
Beep test, it used to be
Terrible
called in our day.
Terrible
It is
test.
horrible.
No.
Of all
what
the
would
things
you
you
get up
do,
to? 13, 14, 15?
I actually, I don't know, because I
What'd you
don't
do,
think it's
Bert?
measured that way now.
We
is
never really did it, to be honest.
okay.
We did
What was
3K
your
time
main
trials.
test? What was yours?
3K.
3K.
Oh, that's horrible.
And then it changed
What do you run
to,
that in?
about 10 minutes, so 5 or something, 10. Pretty, no, it's
That's
pretty
pretty
good.
We used to do the 5 1Ks with
Yeah,
Blighty.
that's
Yeah.
horrible. We did them too.
5
They
1Ks,
stink.
a little
With-
rest,
with
and
about
then
a
go
minute
again.
and a half in between them.
Oh,
Worse when they say they've got 3 of them and then they keep adding ones on and you don't know how many.
Well,
That's the
Steve
worst.
Saunders, who's now down at Geelong, who was our phys editor and physio, he used to, you had your 5, we did them on a Saturday. You had a minute and a half between each one, and your best and your worst couldn't be more than 20 seconds apart, or you ran a sixth.
Yeah, you got to manage that.
Oh, but no, but they had your standards. So you couldn't stink the first one to make sure you're okay.
exactly.
Don't worry, Bern, I tried everything.
I was going to say,
this is
Bill wouldn't be able to work that out, so
No.
he couldn't.
Mate, I was lucky to do 3, let alone 5. And then the worst one, when you'd had a big night training, walking off training, Blighty goes, that's it, hit the sheds, boys. So you'd walk off, and you just drop. You're relieved, you're happy, you're in the showers. You're about to get to the bloody into the rooms. You go, hang on, boys. 25-minute mark of the last quarter. I think we should do a mental mile. He called it the mental mile. We had to sprint 2 laps. And if you're in the last 10, you had to do another mental mile. So,
Blighty.
but you dropped your guard, you're walking in, you're about to have a shower, and then you had to sprint. And the good runners would take off, and me, Berkey, and Duano at the back.
Russell.
Well,
Big
what about
thighs.
Senior? Was he doing it?
And Gaza, he was behind me.
So he did 2 mental miles.
Yes, and so did
They
I.
wouldn't make
and
him
so
do
did
another one.
Berkey.
He wouldn't do two.
No, he wouldn't do
Oh,
two.
but that was the worst
And then
thing.
you get off the track and you go inside, and then Gaz would say, "Do you want a spar, Bill?"
Yeah,
and you go,
I'd
"Yeah."
say,
And
"No."
you take your.
I'd take my gear off and lie in the spar. And he said, no, mate, we're punching on here.
That's what you did out at Blakeview? Some of that stuff?
I did. They
wonder they didn't
hadn't heard it at Blakeview.
They hadn't got out there?
We're going to talk about the media wars, or we got time? Or what's going on there too, by the way?
do you want to go there now, Jim, or do you want
Well,
to?
we've got a couple
wait
of
bit?
minutes. So,
Channel 7, Fox Footy,
Oh.
and even Channel 9.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Well, let's get there.
Hang on.
So the Sunday Footy Show comes up,
Yes.
first edition.
Yeah, tomorrow. It's back.
Tomorrow.
It's back tomorrow.
And you're going to ask.
Let's just firstly hear from Tommy Papley, because it'll nicely segue us
Yeah, good.
into what we're talking about. This was last night.
There's the drummers there. You've got the players. You've got Tom Papley over there, who's going
The trash panda.
So the trash pandas got around the chompers last night outside the ground. So it brings us to ask the question tomorrow.
Yes.
The elephant in the room, who brings it?
You're
there's-
obsessed with
there's
this, Jim.
you and there's Nath Brown.
It's fair enough.
One of the two of you
Damo,
have
answer.
to
All
bring
you
up
want to talk about last Monday was
Novak
this topic.
Djokovic. When is this happening?
Well, we'll do as we have done for the 15 years I've been on the Sunday Footy Show, Jim. We'll have a meeting tomorrow morning and thrash out a game plan.
Well, what if Chompers just says you're not allowed to bring it up?
Well, we'll wade through that moment in the meeting.
All right.
Yes.
Wade through.
You've got to bring it up. You've got to do something.
What do we do?
Everyone-
I'm open to suggestions.
Everyone's watching
Yeah.
for you to
what
do
would you do?
something.
Because you sat there and you used to be the mainstay of the show. In fact, you set the tone.
If you're not allowed to say anything, which you've been told,
I can't confirm
Then,
that.
then you must say something.
So what would you do?
You find a tennis player, a cutout of a
Yes.
tennis player, or
Just
Djokovic,
wander it in.
Hope the producers are listening to this. Yeah.
and it just wanders into screen behind Chomp when he's been serious and talking about it.
Right.
You just bring that in.
Because
Good idea, Will.
we all remember the meetings with the great enforcer.
Yeah.
And you'd sit down, Bern, and you'd say to him, "Now, Sam, I don't think we should bring this up."
Yeah.
And he'd just look at you with this stupid look on his face, and he'd say, "You just leave that with me, Jimmy. I'll be in charge of that."
Well, what would he do in this circumstance?
Immediately.
Yeah. What we do?
After the Chompers had introduced all 5 panellists,
Maybe not even got to
he
that.
wouldn't even get to that. He'd go, "All right, Novak, how's that all going?"
He'd come in
Don't?
dressed as Novak.
He would.
Tennis player playing shots.
Well, it's got to be addressed somehow.
No, I'm with you, Jim.
Right. So
Yeah.
you
No,
or Brownie?
we'll sort it out tomorrow morning at the meeting.
And what about the smug bozo in the promo shot?
no.
Where did you say he was from?
A cast member of NCIS Deer Park. That's what he looked like. Have you seen the photo of him, Bert? On the classified promo?
No.
Oh, we need to get that to you now. Nice helping to start off the year.
I thought the quiz was really
Not
good.
really
was
good.
good. I liked it.
It dipped there, but everything else was of a standard.
No, not at all, Jim.
All right, just
You going to
just
Moomba, Bill?
One
Yeah.
day for you, King of Moomba.
I'm going back to
this
Geelong.
week.
Might go to the Creamy and have a beer. I deserve one.
Earlier start next week, 11:30. What?
What's going on there?
I don't start early.
No, you don't.
Well, you blokes do the first half hour and then I'll
You
sweep
just
in.
kick in at 12.
All right,
That's
nicely
11.
done, everyone. We're off.
Time.